Hello everyone, welcome to In Litchfield. I'm your host, John Latsha. Today's topic is the Litchfield Food Pantry. The Litchfield Food Pantry provides groceries to families and individuals in need in the Litchfield community. To talk about this today is my guest, Linda Peeples. Linda, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here.
No problem.
Thank you. Let's start at the beginning. Where is the Litchfield Food Pantry located, and what is its hours of operation?
The food pantry is located at 259 Charles Bancroft Highway. It's a little cottage across from the Presbyterian Church and the fire station.
Okay. And is there any ideas maybe about going to maybe more days during the week or?
Well, right now we're open on Tuesdays from 4 to 6. I like to get extended to by appointments. People can call when they have time to come down and get the food, because if you're not available during those times, then you have to wait another week before you come in for food. So I would like to have it back to the way it was, which was people would call and then we would set up a time to meet with them down at the food pantry.
So if you're going to be open more days, do you feel that there'll be more of a need for donations to the food pantry? Or?
There's always donations needed, you know. There's more people moving into Litchfield, and jobs. People are getting laid off from jobs, so
Right.
you know they have to pay the bills, and then sometimes there's not enough money for food. So.
Right. What was the building used prior to the Litchfield Food Pantry?
First, it was the church, the minister's office.
Mm-hmm.
But before it was the church office, it used to be a residential house. Somebody used to live in it.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then, like I said, it got to be the church office, and then we had our youth group office in there too.
And what year was that? Did it become the Litchfield Food Pantry? Was that in '95, I believe? Or?
Well, we had a food pantry before 1995, but they purchased the building in 1995.
Okay.
So then the food pantry that we had downstairs, it was like a closet, we moved it over to the new building.
Okay. And how did the food pantry get actually started in Litchfield? Was there some community support for it, or do you know?
I don't really know how it got started. I believe it was a community in need, because Hudson, they had one, but Litchfield felt that they needed it for the Litchfield people.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been involved with the Litchfield Food Pantry?
I've been involved this is my 17th year.
17 years?
17 years.
Wow.
Yep.
Is there other individuals that are also have been there that long with you, or is it some people that have just started, or?
I don't think anybody's been there as long as me. I'd say the next one in line probably would be Phil Duran.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there a long time too. But we're allowed to be a deacon of the church that run the food pantry for 6 years, and then you have to take a year off.
Oh, I see.
And then you can get voted back in.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in and out, and now I'm back in.
Okay. And what interested you in volunteering to the Litchfield Food Pantry?
Well, when we moved here, I wanted to be involved in the community, and I was going to church there, and then I was asked to be a deacon, and that's how it started.
Okay. All right. And approximately how many people or families use the Litchfield Food Pantry per month or per year on a yearly basis?
I jotted down some figures that we have to do a quarterly report for the food bank, because we do go up there to get some food.
Okay. And
So-
the food bank is located where?
It's
The one
in
The one in Manchester? Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
And so just from April to June, we did 160 people times 3 meals a day times 15 days,
Right.
because the family can come in twice a month.
Okay.
So, and so you do that for 3 months, and it comes out to 21,600 meals we
Per-
gave.
Per year
That's only for 3 months.
for 3 months?
For 3 months.
Wow.
So, in some months, there's more people coming in.
Could you say that figure again for just so?
We served, for 3 months,
Yeah.
we served 160 people, and you times that 3 times.
Yeah.
Because 3 meals a day,
Mm-hmm.
times 15 days,
Right.
for 3 months, it came out to 21,600 meals.
Wow. For a small town like ours, that's incredible.
Yep.
Wow.
It's not until you put it in paper that you realize how much goes out.
Yeah. And what Linda, is the level of hunger in the Litchfield area?
I think there's more than we know about,
Mhm.
but
Are people maybe are people ashamed? Are they ashamed to come to the food pantry? Or I could see how they would be, but
I think there's people that, yeah, they're not afraid, they're just embarrassed to come.
Mhm.
Because I have had people come to the food pantry and they said, well, I'm kind of embarrassed to be here. And I tell them, don't be embarrassed. I said, what comes in, you come in here for food.
right.
Nobody knows that you're coming in for food because we don't give any information out to anybody.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you see a lot of children come too, or
we see children come
yeah?
to the food pantry with their, their moms or whatever.
Right.
And we see them at Christmas time.
Does where does the food actually come from? I think you mentioned to me during our conversation that St. Francis Church does help with that too, or am I wrong?
Most of our food comes from the post office drive,
Mhm.
and then the Boy Scouts do a drive in November, and then the schools do a drive in December.
Okay.
But we do baskets. We do an Easter basket, we do a Thanksgiving basket, and we
Right.
do a Christmas basket. And St. Francis, they supply the turkeys and everything to do a turkey dinner for our families.
Okay. Do you get any donations from the local farms or anything like that, or?
Once in a while, we'll get a CSA package from Wilson Farms.
Mhm.
But other than that, no.
Okay.
Well, I shouldn't say that. McQuestions, they do give us some donations.
Right.
We do like a harvest dinner and stuff for the
Yeah.
community.
So pretty much all the local farmers have donated to the food
All the
pantry
farms have
in one form
donated.
or another.
Yes.
Right, okay. And does the pantry have a refrigerator for produce, or
Yes, we
no?
do.
You do?
Mhm.
Okay,
We have a freezer also.
okay. And has the food pantry ever been low on food or donations at any time or another?
I believe a few years ago, we were running out of certain items. There's certain items you run out of, like peanut butter and jelly, tuna fish, toiletries, stuff like that.
Right.
And if we run low on something and we don't get anything in, then we will go and purchase them ourselves, the deacons. We have our own account.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Does the food pantry accept monetary donations, or?
We do. We get some at Christmas time, and the Women's Club, they give us some gift cards to give out.
Okay, all right. And who is eligible for food assistance?
Anybody that walks in the door.
Mhm.
Whether you live in Litchfield, Hudson, Manchester, if you're in need of food, I will give you food.
Now, I think you said previously, do you have to make an appointment to pick up items at the food pantry, or do you just come between 4 and 6?
Just between, right now, it's Tuesday from 4 to 6.
Okay. Now, if a resident has some items that they would like to donate, do they have to give you a call, or do they just show up on Tuesday, or how does that work? How does that-
Usually people call me.
Mhm.
They're calling me and say, Linda, I got some stuff.
Mhm.
So I'll say, okay, I'll meet you down there.
Is there a certain time of the year where the food pantry is in really high demand for items? Like maybe around the winter time or?
Actually, the summertime, because the kids
Summertime?
are all home from school.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to have lunch and stuff like that. So the summertime is I think the most, and in the holidays.
Does the Litchfield Food Pantry accept special items like during Thanksgiving, Easter, or Christmas for the?
We don't really turn anything away.
Mhm.
If people want to bring it, we take
Do
it.
you usually see different items come in on like Easter or Christmas or the special holidays of the year? Or?
No, nothing different than the ordinary days.
Okay, all right. But you wouldn't have any problem with somebody coming in maybe, like do you accept like turkeys on Thanksgiving or how does that work?
Yep, like I said, St. Francis gets the turkeys, and then on Christmas and Easter we do hams, canned hams.
Okay, all right.
So normally we have to buy those.
Mhm.
The school, I put the word out in the school, we'll try to do a collection for the hams.
Now, how does the school work with the local food pantry? Does Campbell High School give items to the pantry, or how does that work?
GMS, the middle school, and Campbell, they all give us food at Christmas time,
Okay.
because all three schools do like a competition to see who can get the most food.
Mhm.
And I think it's been the smaller kids lately. But, all three schools donate.
Does the pantry accept toiletries and hygiene items like toothpaste, deodorant, and stuff like that? Or?
We do get some every once in a while, but if we get low, I'll ask the Girl Scouts, or if the school's doing a fundraiser, like movie night or something,
Yeah.
I'll contact the leader and say, we're running low on toiletries. So instead of bringing in a canned good, they're bringing in toilet paper or toothpaste or something like that. And that's how we'll get our toiletries.
So there's a number of organizations involved with the food pantry,
Yes.
correct? There's like
Yes.
you just said, there's Campbell High, the three
three
schools. There's all kinds of St. Francis Church, the Presbyterian Church. Obviously, they're connected with the food pantry.
Yep.
Does the fire department get involved with anything as far as the food pantry is concerned, or will they?
They help us out at Christmas time when we do the angel tree
Angel Tree? Okay.
for the church. The firemen, they do a fantastic job. They come over and take the angels off off the tree.
Oh.
They usually take at least 6 or 8 of them. So
Okay.
it's a community effort
Right.
to run the food pantry. It
Right.
really is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just not us. It's just not the church. To me, it's a whole community that runs
That
it.
gives. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Great. That's great.
Like
to
I
hear.
tell people, the food comes in from the community
Mhm.
and it goes back out to the community.
Right.
That's the way I look at it.
Right.
It comes in, it goes out.
Right, right. And what is the most popular item the food pantry uses the most? Is there a special item? I know you mentioned maybe peanut butter or something. Is that like the most popular item for the food pantry, or is there any specific item that you might be looking for that you might usually run low on? Or?
Not particularly. The things that go, like SpaghettiOs. If you have kids, they come in and they like to go for the SpaghettiOs,
Mhm.
especially in the summertime,
Right.
because it's easy.
Right.
Other than that, like I said, peanut butter, potatoes. This summer, it's been chocolate.
Chocolate? Yeah.
Chocolate, yep.
Really?
We have some
Like
people that
candy
come in
bars
and they go right to the refrigerator, because that's where we
Candy
keep the
bars and
chocolate. And they
stuff
say,
like
"You
that,
got any
yeah.
chocolate today?" And I'll say, "Yep, there's some chocolate in there." And they're like, big smile on their face. I don't know. Chocolate.
So they really like chocolate then, huh?
Yep.
So everybody, whoever, go by the store, make sure you stop at the food pantry and drop off some chocolate.
All right. Yes.
Talk about the community support and organizations, like we discussed, that contribute to the Litchfield Food Pantry. I know you mentioned the fire department. Is there any other organizations that contribute?
Oh, we've had so many organizations help with
the
it.
Women's
We've got
Club and stuff like
the
that.
Women's Club.
Yeah.
We've got the Girl Scouts. We got the Boy Scouts.
Mhm.
Then there's individual people from the community. They will ask me, Linda, can I help with something?
Oh, that's nice.
You know?
Yeah.
Just individual people.
Mhm.
They know me.
Now, do the senior citizens get involved as well?
The
or do you
senior
see a lot of
citizens, they do a drive.
Oh, they do?
Yep,
Oh,
they have
okay.
meetings at the church once a month.
Okay.
And right around Christmas time, they do like a big fundraiser.
That's
Well, not
nice.
really a fundraiser. Everybody brings something.
Right.
And it goes
Goes
to the food pantry.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Great.
But like I said, we have the women's club, and we've got, you know, there's so many people. It's a community thing.
Now, you mentioned that you work also with the Manchester kitchen, the kitchen. How does that work? Do you how does that whole process work with them? How do you interact with them, should I say?
Well, what we do is, there's a site up there that we have, and you can order what you want.
Okay.
There's, like if we need meats or something like that.
Yeah.
But we can't get meats all the time, but they have like frozen foods,
Right.
and they have some vegetables and produce and stuff like that. So Jim places an order, and then we go up and we go to pick it up, and we have 20 minutes to walk the floor. They usually have pastries and breads from stores, and then they have water, soda, just odds and ends.
So you kind of like pick the items.
We can pick the,
Right.
and what I mean by pick the floor, you can pick the floor and take what you want, and there's no cost to us. But on certain things, like if we order meats or cereal, stuff like that, we pay a certain amount for it,
Small fee.
a small fee, which it's like 18 cents a pound. So if we want to go to Hannaford's and get 3 boxes of cereal, we're
Right.
going to pay $10. We
Right.
can get 3 boxes there and probably pay $1.50. So,
I see. How do the Boy Scouts of Litchfield play a role in the food pantry? I know that's another organization in town that contributes to the food pantry.
well, the
Can you
Boy
talk to me a little
Scouts
bit about
do
that?
a annual food drive.
Mhm.
They used to put bags out, but now they just put tags on your door saying when they're going to have it.
Okay, so no more bags?
No more bags, but
Okay.
people leave, they say leave it out by the mailbox.
Right.
Or by your door. And they go around and they pick up everything that they see that people leave out.
Right.
They take it back to the fire station. The Boy Scouts count it and sort it out for us, and then they bring it right across the street to the food pantry. So whatever they collect in Litchfield
Yep.
stays in Litchfield.
Okay, all right, okay. And what time of the year does that usually occur?
I believe it's in November.
It's in November?
Yep.
Okay, okay. And that's a big contributor to the food pantry?
Yes, it is.
It is. Well, I just wanted to let you know that in November, we're going to replay this show the whole month of November to get people aware of what's going to be coming at the end of the month for collections. We're going to keep them up to date, so we're going
Nice.
to run it for the whole month of November. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you. That'll help.
Yeah. Lastly, Linda, what I wanted to ask you is that you see people obviously come into the food pantry, families and individuals, and when those people finally, because people come there because of whether they have a sickness in the family, somebody lost a job or whatever, when you see people come in and finally that they don't come back anymore, and you find out that they finally get back onto their feet, isn't that gratification of knowing that, isn't that what it's really all about?
Helping people whenever they're in need.
Mhm.
And we actually had one person that was coming to the food pantry for a while.
Mhm.
They got back on their feet, and they donated food back to the food pantry.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Isn't that nice?
And we have some people that come to the food pantry for food, and they can't donate anything, but they donate time. Like if, when we have like the post office drive, we probably get at least 75 bins of food.
Right.
We have people that volunteer their time. And we'll call them and say, you know, we've got some bins, you want to come help sort?
Right.
And they will. They'll come down and help us sort food.
And what if you have a person that may not be able to transport himself to the Litchfield Food Pantry? Do you have people that maybe go to their homes and distribute items, or
We
no?
did. We don't have anybody at this time,
Okay.
but we did have somebody
Mhm.
that they didn't, there was one that didn't have a car,
Right.
and there was another handicap, there was a couple handicap people,
Mhm.
and we would take food to them.
Very good, very good, yeah. As a resident of the town, Linda, I want to really thank you for all you've done for the Litchfield Food Pantry. You're a wonderful and caring person, and people like you really make this town a lot better.
Thank you.
I really appreciate all the work that you've done for the past 17 years for the Litchfield Food Pantry, and I want to thank you very much for coming to our show today.
Thank you so much. Like I said, it's not work for me. I get a lot of joy out of it. So it's not a job. I like doing it. If I didn't like doing it, I wouldn't do it. But I do, and I get gratification out of it myself,
That's
knowing
great.
that I'm helping somebody else.
That's great.
'Cause someday I might need it. So
That's right. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming.
you're welcome. No problem.
Thank you. For all you at home, for a list of the towns in New Hampshire with food pantries, you can log on to foodpantries.org. Any questions about the Litchfield Food Pantry, you can call the number on the screen. That number is 424-6057. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. I really appreciate you watching. I'm your host, John Latsha, and that's in Litchfield.